NBA, some players dominate with skill, others with trash talk, and they're the legends who do both simultaneously. We're talking about Michael Jordan dunking on the king of defense just for fun, Kobe Bryant proving he's literally unshakable, and Damian Lillard sending an entire franchise into an identity crisis. These moments weren't just savage, they were personal. So buckle up because we're about to relive the most cold-blooded, disrespectful, and downright illegal moments in NBA history. Let's start with a man who didn't just play basketball, he mentally destroyed people before tip-off. That's right, we're talking about Michael Jordan himself.
MJ. Oh, he did it! Michael shakes the finger, but he finally got his dunk on Mount Matumbo.
If there's one thing you should never do, it's trash talk to Michael Jordan, especially to his face. Shot blocking legend Dikembe Mutombo had a simple rule. If you got your shot twatted, you got the finger whack. And for years, he made sure MJ never dunked on him. Then, one day, Mutombo made a huge mistake. He actually told MJ to his face that he had never dunked on him. As you would guess, it was a huge mistake. Fast forward to the Bulls vs. the Hawks game, and Jordan sees his opportunity. He drives down the lane, elevates over Mutombo, and drives down a vicious dunk right on his head. But MJ wasn't done. He looked Mutombo dead in the eyes and hit him with his own signature finger wag. I mean, you gotta see that again. For Jordan, at that moment, dunking on Mutombo wasn't just about scoring, it was about making a statement. But while MJ strived on getting inside his opponent's head, some players were simply unshakable. No amount of mind games, trash talk, or intimidation could crack them. And if there's one player who embodied that cold mentality, it's Kobe Bryant. Because when Matt Barnes tried to rattle the Black Mamba, he learned a valuable lesson. You can't shake a killer. See, there are players and then there's Kobe Bryant. A guy so locked in you could launch a grenade at him and he'll still be focused on the game. It's 2010, a Lakers vs. Magic game that was getting chippy. Barnes never wanted to back down, gets in Kobe's face, shoves him and talks all kind of smack during the game. And then the moment happens. Barnes inbounds the ball and, just for the mind games, fakes throwing it directly at Kobe's face from point-blank range. I mean, a normal human would flinch, duck, or at least blink. But Kobe, nothing, not even a twitch. He just stands there. Staring into Barnes' soul like he's watching paint dry. And that was very savage of Kobe. I mean, who does that? Speaking of Pent, here's a guy who was somewhat the Picasso of trash talking, Kevin Garnett. But in 2013, KG allegedly took it to a whole new level with Carmelo Anthony. And what he supposedly said almost started a fight outside the arena.
He can't knock me out like that. And a little extracurricular afterwards. Foul on Kevin Garnett, the free throws.
During a heated game between the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks, rumors swelled that Garnett told Anthony that his then wife, Lala, tastes like honey nut Cheerios. This comment reportedly infuriated Anthony, leading to confrontation both on the court and near the team bus after the game. However, years later, both Garnett and Anthony clarified that this specific comment was never made. Garnett stated, "I've never said anything about anyone's family. I've never said anything to Melo about Lala. I don't know where that came from." Anthony also downplayed the incident, emphasizing that whatever was said should remain on the court. Now, from one 7-footer who talked recklessly to another who didn't need words, just pure force, Shaquille O'Neal didn't just dunk on people, he ended them. And Chris Dudley found that out the hard way.
And this was the reason why Shaquille O'Neal, and the straddling afterwards and then shoving, that's degrading what O'Neal did. And you can't blame Dudley for being upset, but you can't respond by throwing the ball. Dudley doesn't throw the ball.
Chris Dudley was a hard-nosed defender, but on this particular night, he was about to be violated on national television. Shaq gets the ball in the post, and Dudley is behind him, probably praying for a double team. But nope, Shaq spins off, raises up, and throws down a dunk so violent you'd think Dudley owed him money. But it doesn't stop there. As Shaq lands, he shoves Dudley to the ground like he's taking out the trash. Dudley, humiliated in front of thousands, snaps. He grabs the ball and hoards it at Shaq's back like a middle schooler throwing a tantrum. Shaq just laughs, because what was Dudley going to do? And just like Shaq, Allen Iverson also walked the walk rather than talk the talk with what he did to Tyronn Lue. AI didn't just drop him, he walked over his lifeless body like he was a crack in the sidewalk.
The defender stays right with him. Allen wants to go, wants the baseline, fade away, yes!
He's way too good! He steps around Lou and drilled it, and the Sixers have scored 9 in a row!
It's Game 1 of the 2001 NBA Finals. The Lakers, led by Kobe and Shaq, are heavy favorites, but AI was on a mission to ruin their night. Iverson is touching the Lakers all game, dropping buckets like he's allergic to missing. Then, in the fourth quarter, with the game on the line, it happened. AI sizes up Tyronn Lue and hits him with a nasty crossover, causing Lue to stumble while AI drains the jumper. But that's not even the savage part. Lue falls to the ground, and instead of just running back, Iverson takes a deliberate step over his body like he's walking over split popcorn.
9 in a row!
7 straight points by Iverson. Looked like he was dead in the water.
The Sixers by 4, 40 seconds left.
Although the Sixers ended up losing the series, it didn't even matter. That step over lives forever. Damian Lillard's eliminating and sending an entire franchise into a meltdown also lives forever.
Working it down to 2-1, a deep three.
Oh! What?
Blazers win the series, a walk-off.
You see, some buzzer bitters are exciting, and some are clutch. And then there's Damian Lillard's shot against the Thunder that's so cold-blooded. It's a right series between the Blazers and the Thunder in the first round playoffs. OKC's been trash-talking the whole time, especially Russell Westbrook and Paul George. But Dame had been quietly cooking them, and with the game tied to 115 and just seconds left, he dribbles past half court and then does something insane. Instead of driving, passing, or even a normal shot, Dame pulls up at 37 feet. Like, damn. The ball floats through the air, and the buzzer sounds and swooshes. It was game over. The series over. And bye-bye to OKC. But here's what made this moment cold. Dame doesn't celebrate. He doesn't scream and doesn't run around. He just kept his cool. So much aura from one man. Now, aura, or what the cool kids call it, might be what would have been used for what Larry Bird did, just like Dame's shot. Imagine being so good at basketball that you get bored with playing with your dominant hand. So you decide to drop points using only your left.
There's Bird.
Another man who didn't talk the talk but also walked it. He predicted his dominance before it even happened, and then he made sure you suffered through it. It's 1986, and the Celtics are playing the Blazers. And for absolutely no reason at all, Larry Bird decides this game is too easy for him. So before tip-off, he casually tells his teammates, "I'm gonna play this one left-handed." Now, for most players, their offhand is just for dribbling or layups. But Larry starts shooting, passing, and even hitting fadeaways with his weaker hand. Who does that? And who decides, I just need a challenge and switch hands? Larry did it with his non-dominant hand just for fun. If that's not the ultimate disrespect, I don't know what is. Maybe James Harden's stare down could be on par with it.
Harden one-on-one here. Yeah, James doubling up the Clippers. Clean up on aisle 3. Clean up on aisle 3.
Breaking ankles is one thing, but James Harden took it up a notch and committed a straight-up basketball crime on Wesley Johnson. It was just another regular season game until Harden decided he wanted to ruin someone's career. Harden gets the ball at the three-point line. Then Wesley Johnson steps up to guard him. Little did he know he was making a bad decision. With one deadly move, Harden snapped Johnson's ankle so badly that the man falls straight to the floor like he's just seen his life flash before his eyes. And this is where Harden takes the disrespect to another level. Instead of shooting immediately, he just stands there. He literally pauses, stares at Johnson, probably thinks about what he's having for dinner, and then casually drains the three. What James did to Wesley Johnson was to put him in the NBA's Most Savage Moments Hall of Fame. And that's just a taste of the NBA's most savage moments. From Jordan's personal revenge missions, to Kobe's ice cold mentality, to Dame sending an entire franchise into a review. These weren't just highlights, they were acts of dominance. Some players trash talk, some stare you down, and some don't say a word, they just ruin you. But now, it's your turn. What's the most disrespectful moment you've ever seen? Drop your favorite in the comments. And remember, if you ever meet an NBA player, keep your trash talk to yourself, unless you want to end up on this list. And speaking of lists, click on the video on your screen to watch the full list of NBA players who embarrassed themselves inside the court.